I'm Andrew with Between Two Beards, and today I've got a new video about the brand new Tyranid Codex from Games Workshop. I just want to start off by saying I don't own any of the 40K license. I don't own. It's all GW. It's all patent. It's all rights. Blah blah blah. Whatever. It's all GW products. That's why I'm not going to be showing you anything out of the book directly, because I cannot risk being sued into the ground. Because, to be honest, if GW went after me, they would basically, have to squeeze the blood out of me to get me to pay them because I don't have any money. So, going forward from there, talking about things in the book. The book has a pretty decent sized section of lore, and it goes over each of the sections, different hive fleets, kind of in how they fought and people they fought and things. Of course, you have your warlord traits for them, like all the new codexes going forward. They've put their own warlord traits in for each book now. They have some cool ones. I mean, there are some that are kind of weird, and they've got some that are cool. Like they've got one that every time each turn when you within 12 inches, I think it is, you go near a piece of forest or jungle, you can turn it into a carnivorous forest or jungle. So that's pretty cool. They have instinctive behavior like they did before, of course, but now I don't believe they had 3 instinctive behavior charts in the past, but now they have 3, so that might be wrong. I thought they had 2, they have 3 now, I don't know. Shadow and the Warp as before, and the Synapse gives all their stuff within range of it, gives the unit, anything within range of the Synapse creature now has Fearless, which I don't know if they had that before, but they also auto regroup if a unit like flees through a Synapse creature. So, I don't know, I'm trying to think about big changes, so I can talk about some of the big changes. My friend, he keeps up a lot more stuff than I do, and he was saying how like people were complaining and saying that the book was just nerf fest and just terrible and stuff like that. And when reading through it, I've been reading through it since yesterday when it came out, and I haven't really seen anything that seems like it's really nerfed. They've changed some things, they took out some things. I know you can't have Yimgarl Gene Stealers anymore. That's a 1 per army upgrade for like a independent character, so kind of like your Hive Tyrant or something like that. They've got, it's kind of weird, they've got all kinds of stuff. Jump pack Tyranid warriors, or jump infantry Tyranid warriors. They've got all your regular gaunt stuff. Just trying to think about changes I've seen. I will say things they removed was they took out the Doom of Malantai. They got rid of the Mycetic Spore. Those might be things that they're gonna come back when they release the supplement book for this in like a month or whatever, because like they've done for Tau and Chaos. Those are gone. They brought back the Red Terror, Doom Leap or Death Leaper, and Old One Eye. So Red Terror is brought back from like the 3rd, 4th edition old Tyranid book. Old One Eye, and Death Leaper I think were in the last book. So they have kind of like they have a lot of stuff with like the homing beacon kind of thing, like with Space Marines. Of course, you've got new Tyrant Guard. You've got Tyrant Guard and Hive Guard. They have a close combat version and they have a shooting version. The shooting version still have that gun that shoots without line of sight and stuff like that. They've changed the models to reflect, that they don't have eyes, so that's why. The Turbigon has been changed. It does spit out babies, works exactly the same before, but now when they come out, they basically disembark from it and they can't move. I think they can run and they can shoot, but they can't do a move like you used to be, where you spawn them and then have them move and then have the Turbigon move or whatever. You can't do that anymore, which is in line, I guess, with all their new transport de-embarkation rules and things like that. So it's not really a big deal, but I'm sure there's some people out there that are going to be really upset that they can't do that anymore. The Red Terror has a lot of the same rules he had before that I remember from the old rule set, so he can swallow stuff. They do have a new infantry or artillery beast, quote unquote. Excuse me. And it is, and one of the things I will say in this book is almost everything is ballistic skill and weapon skill 3. All the big stuff, all the small stuff. There's very few things that actually have a higher weapon skill or ballistic skill, and those are usually like really specialized things. So kind of like your Hive Tyrants or the characters and stuff like that. Actually, I think even Old One Eye, he might even be weapon skill ballistic skill 3. I can't remember. Yeah, he's weapon skill ballistic skill 3, but like Death Leaper, he's weapon skill 9. So I mean, you know, they put like started putting like bulky and very bulky on a bunch of the stuff in here. So you're getting like free relentless and things, some other special stuff. It seemed kind of weird that they put all that on this stuff and then took the Mycetic Spore out. But then somebody said, well, you still are getting like relentless for bulky. I believe it's from bulky gives you relentless. So that's kind of the trade-off, I guess. You know, you're not getting Mycetic Spores, but you are getting that. They're probably trying to get people to use a lot more of the Trigon burrow attack, where they can have a unit come out of it each turn, but you gotta have multiple Trigons and multiple infantry units for that to really do anything. The Horus Specs is, you know, that's cool. It's one of the new ones. It's basically just like gets extra attacks. They have a lot of stuff that gives extra attacks if they hit for each hit and things like that. I know I'm kind of all over the place with stuff. Sorry. I'm just trying to make this a semi-quick video without, you know, just showing you guys pages and stuff. Trying to remember all the things I've read. Carnifexes are pretty much the same, but they do have a this is a new thing. When they charge, they get D3 Hammer Wrath instead of just 1. So that's cool. They've got the different types of Ripper Swarms. So you got Flying Rippers and you got Ground Rippers. The Moloch, I don't remember if the old one did this, but now the new one, when it does its Deep Strike attack thing, if you can't, you can place it. If you can place it, and even if you're within an inch, as long as you're not within base to base of models, it can place. But if you can't, and you still have other stuff around, you can't place the base, you get to do the template attack in the exact same place again. So if you didn't wipe out a bunch of stuff, you get to do it again in the same spot. But I'd see why it'd be kind of hard to not wipe out a bunch of stuff, because it is a Strength 6, AP2, ignores cover, large blast template. So that's, you know, pretty good, I would think. The what is it? They brought back the Trigon Prime. It doesn't really. It just has a. Honestly, it's a points increase, and then you get a leadership increase, and that's its big deal for that, I guess. And it might have. I guess it is a synapse creature, so it has Shadow in the Warp. Then you got the two new flyers, the Hive Crone and the Harpy. The Hive Crone is their anti-flyer flyer. It has an increased strength on its vector strike. It has 4 one-shot missiles that have Haywire. They are only strength 5, but they do have the Haywire special rule, and you get to reroll failed hit with it, if I remember correctly. The Harpy, which is their, I mean, you can still vector strike with it, but you're not going to get increased strength like you do with the Hive Crone. The Harpy has some guns. It can make spore mines, and it sounds like it's actually made to be charging into close combat, because when it charges into close combat, the unit it's attacking, it's a -5 to their initiative, down to initiative 1. So if you use this as a combination with some other stuff, you can just completely destroy units' initiative and just, you know, plow through them. Tyranid are back. Swarmlord is back. He basically has all the exact same rules with the Bone Sabers and such. So those are the same. He still has Alien Cunning. Old One Eye. I mean, he is not a synapse creature, so he has all of the Carnifex rules. He gets some other stuff if he gets more attacks for things like that. So just really quickly, I know this is kind of dragging, sorry. I noticed with Scything Talons, they don't have the reroll anymore for having like a pair of Scything Talons. It just got rid of that. Rending Claws still have Rending. The Crushing Claws have Armor Bane, Unwieldy. So I mean, it's kind of weird in that regards. I don't know why they got rid of that, especially since I guess they probably figured it's because their guys are all weapon skill, ballistic skill 3. They didn't want to make them too good. But I guess, you know, that's whatever. They do have a lot of stuff in here. A lot of their weapons are short range. And they have some really high strength. They have some that are really low strength, but they have a lot of them. A lot of their weapons have special things like poison or haywire or fleshbane or something like that on them to make up for their obvious weaknesses in their stat strength, strength value. They got some new weapons. I'm trying to think about what is really new. Like I said, they have a lot of just like it's still a semi-finesse army, I guess. They got the biomorphs again with different things like regen and wings. The new thing they gave them was the inclusion of artifacts. They're bio artifacts, and you can only have one of these per army, and this is where they have a Ymgarl upgrade that you can give to a character, like not a character, but independent character, and that gives them the old Ymgarl ability where they can get each turn they either get +1 strength, +1 attack, or an armor is increased by 1. You can't have the same one back to back. And then they have some different close combat weapons, some shooting weapons, something that increases their synapse range, and then they have psychic powers, and the psychic powers are kind of a lot of what all the old like Zoanthrope and Hive Tyrant abilities were, and now they're just on a generic Tyranid psychic power chart that you can roll on. The Zoanthropes do all have Warp Blast, and it increases in power, not power, but number of shots based on the number of Zoanthropes in the unit, which is kind of cool. So, and it can shoot either a blast or a lance, I think, which it used to be able to do before too. Just trying to think, double check, think if I missed anything real fast while I flip back to here. But what is it? You can still take a Tervigon as a troop choice, but you have to do it with it's for every 30 Termagant models you take now. It's not 10 like it used to be or whatever, where it used to be really easy to get that point break or whatever. It's a lot more stuff, though. It is only, I think somebody was trying to say it was only 120 points with no upgrades to get 30 Termagants. So you could just buy a bunch of them and get that as your troop choice if you buy to get an additional troop choice like monstrous creature. Warriors are troop choices now. I think there was something I saw, I forgot they was all around. The elites, what is it? The Zoanthropes are elites. They might have been before, I can't remember. But the Haruspecs, which is one of those big new monstrous creatures, or it's not listed as a monstrous creature right here. Maybe it is in the other spot, I can't remember. Those are elites. So they didn't really do a lot like special rule wise. It seemed like to make the big bug, monster mash kind of list, but it's doable. I think with this book, it was probably doable on the old book. It's doable under this book as well. That's always what was interested me about Tyranids. So keep saying a lot. I know. I'm trying to think. I don't know. The book, it is what it is. It's got the reference fold-outs in the back and stuff. So it's a cool book. A lot of people are complaining and bitching and moaning and saying that the book is underpowered, it's not very good, they lost too much stuff and this and that. And I think, yeah, maybe, but the thing is that they're going to get rid of things. Like the Doom of Malantai was just too good. It was way too good against people who didn't know about it, and then against people who knew about it, they could easily circumvent it and make it worthless. So I don't think that was really a big loss. And like I said, they've got a supplement book for this coming out, much like the Black Legion book and the Tau cast book. But when they release that Tyranid book, they're also releasing a Tyrannic War Veterans book for Space Marines. They've got the Tyranid book, and I can't remember if there was an Inquisitor book or not too. They're releasing 2 or 3 other books to supplement the Tyranid book. Obviously one for Space Marines, one for Tyranids. But yeah, anyway, this has been just my kind of like quick overview video for the new, Tyranid Codex for Warhammer Warhammer 40K 6th edition. So like us if you like what you saw. Please comment, subscribe. Try and answer questions and stuff if people have any. So let us know, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.